Ladies and gentlemen, we have an emergency. Elmer is on the loose. I repeat, Elmer is on the loose. I don't know how you keep getting detached, bro, but it's not cool. You stay right there. Man, everything just tries to escape from around here. What is going on, guys? It is Kilodrone, and welcome back to some more Minecraft here on the Solo series. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in our Nightmare Before Christmas area, where in the last episode, we created this weird Pac-Man looking building. And then we stuffed an aquarium inside of it. You know, last episode was kind of a weird one, I'm not going to lie. But if you did miss that, I highly recommend you checking it out. But, ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode, I have another building that I want to put in here. But the building that I am doing today is actually going to have function to it. We're going to add in a couple of farms into this building because it's going to be one of our larger ones. And I would like to add a auto-smelter, and I would also like to add a concrete maker to the build. So we have a little bit of work to do today. It's going to take us a little while, but let's go ahead and look at the spot in which we're going to be placing this build. So let's go ahead and head over. And in that area right back there, I told you guys a few episodes back that I already had the building to cover up this skyline already made. And that is true. I already have this thing planned out completely and totally in my creative test world. And now we just need to bring this thing over to here. And it's probably going to take a little bit of terraforming, I think. I've done a little bit already, just adding some grass and stuff like that into this area, but I probably need to do just a bit more to really flatten it out. Another thing that I probably need to start working on, probably not today though, is getting some type of roadway from building to building. It can just be like a simple path going along the edge here, but we definitely need to get something in because the Nightmare Before Christmas did not really have huge grass patches, so we kind of need to, fix that up, get ourselves some nice stone pathways going from building to building. But other than that, I think that we are ready for the most part to start up this build. I'm going to go grab some grass, and then I'm going to grab up some building blocks. And this is going to be a relatively big building. And then after that, we'll start working on getting an auto-smelter in here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kick it into super fast build mode, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you guys about this build. The entire build project in general, actually. I want to talk about our Nightmare Before Christmas area because I still have a ton of work that needs to be done around here. Not just this building, but also we still have Jack Skellington's entire mansion to do. We have Dr. Finkelstein's laboratory to do, and we also have the Enchanted Woods to do. As well as we need to start filling in the area with more random buildings in order to make the city feel really alive. So a lot of projects still need to be done here, and we're going to start really ramping up the pace with getting these projects done as well because I want to have this entire project done by Halloween this year. So we have just until October in order to finish up this entire project. That way, come December time, we can start working on the Nightmare Before Christmas's Christmas Town, which I think will be really fun. But this building is now done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and let's jump back into it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is this building done. And I absolutely love it. It is such a cool looking demonic building. The entire middle section of this build looks like a weird demon face. And then both of the towers on the outside look like some type of wizard's hat or something. It's really an interesting building, and I think that it came out great. This is probably my favorite build that we've done in this area as well, because It's so unsymmetrical, but it works. Like, if you notice, even the towers are not the same size. This one is 1 block lower than this one. This side of this building is taller than this side. The windows aren't even. The breaks in the building itself are not even. And then even the horns that are coming out of the top of the building are not even. Everything about this build is extremely unsymmetrical, but it works. And that's what's so weird about it. It really, really does work. I absolutely love this building. But because I don't want this building to be like all of our others, where we just kind of throw an interior into it, I actually want to have some useful, mechanisms inside this thing. So first and foremost, we're going to start with an auto-smelter. And then after that, I think on the second floor, we'll probably do something like a concrete maker. And then we'll probably have a little bit of room on the very top floor that I'm not sure what I want to do with yet, but yeah, we got at least a little bit of work to do here first. So I guess let's go ahead and head inside, and I have not made a door for this building yet. I should probably do that. Let's just do it. Do we have any... I really didn't want dark oak. Do I hear a phantom? I've been sleeping. Why is there... There's not a phantom. I'm hearing something. It's not a phantom, though. Okay, we're fine. Let's just throw acacia as the door for right now. I'll probably switch this out for maybe an iron door or something like that later. But for right now, just to keep us safe here at nighttime, I think that will do. So let's start off with our auto-smelter. And what we want is 16 furnaces going across. So I'll tell you what, let's start off with our output chest. We are going to want it to output right here into this chest. So if we do that, then we can have a furnace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is going to be where all of our furnaces are going to sit. Now, this is going to be a very cramped and tight area, but this is not something that we're going to be spending a ridiculous amount of time in. We're basically just going to set materials in here to smelt and then leave them to do their own thing. We are not going to have to babysit in this area very often. So this will be perfectly fine, even though we're not going to have a ridiculous amount of walking room. Okay, let's go ahead and get up here on top of these guys, and let's run some hoppers in the back of this. Now, this back hopper line is going to be our fuel line, and then the top hopper line that we're going to do up here is going to be the input for our whatever we're trying to smelt. Glass, so sand or stone or whatever we need to smelt will go into this top hopper line. So we'll do just something like this, and I may actually need to go and make some more hoppers real quick, because I did not make enough. Okay, that's fine, because I need to take a sleep anyway, so... Okay, so I went back over to my iron golem farm and got some iron for the rest of these hoppers. Now what we need to do is get in our minecart tracks. Now, the way that this furnace system is set up is actually in a north-south configuration, and rails like to go east-west as a priority. So what we're going to have to do here is trick our rails in order to all go this way. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is put a regular rail on this end and then do all of our powered rails. And we're going to have to do the exact same thing down here. Because if we don't do this, whenever I put powered rails on this hopper, it's going to connect up to here. But if I can do something like this, this will keep our powered rails going straight all the way down. We're going to have to do the exact same thing over here. So just place a regular rail, and then a powered rail, and then a regular rail, and then a powered rail. Nope, that didn't work. Yeah, this can be kind of a pain whenever you're doing this. So... now will it work? There we go. Okay, so now all I need to do is connect these guys up. Nope, I messed up. Dang it. This is such a pain. Basically, if you have two powered rails on the ends not connected to anything, then they will slant and connect up to each other. So just keep that in mind. Also, you're going to want to make sure that your hoppers are all empty, because if they're not empty, then your entire system will get jammed. So make sure that all of your furnaces and all of your hoppers are completely empty before you put in these rail lines. So just like so, get all of my powered rails in, and what these powered rails are going to do is equally spit out each and every one of these hoppers one item. So as a hopper minecart chest comes across here, one item will be put into each and every one of these hoppers. So now I should be able to remove that, and then I should be able to remove that, place down a piece of stone, and then all of our mechanism is going to go on this end. So this is correct. Yes, we have all of our rails in absolutely perfectly. So now what I'm going to do is, I guess what we'll do is just build this up and do 2 regular rails like so. And actually this one probably needs to be a powered rail so that our minecart will come to a stop. And then on this side we'll do a powered rail here. Now, getting these to connect correctly may be a bit of an issue, but I think we'll get it worked out. So this here, yeah, that's what I was worried about. All right, let's do this. Break that. And yeah, this is going to be a pain. Give me just a second. Okay, so I think this is now our rail line set up correctly on top of these hoppers. So what we have is powered rails running all the way down to the end. The minecart chest should bounce off this wall and then come back along these powered rails, where at the end, on the top track, we have a regular rail and then a powered rail. And then on the bottom track, we have 2 regular rails and then a powered rail. So this should work absolutely perfectly, and as the chest minecarts, or minecart chests, run over the top of these hoppers, it should input 1 item per hopper. So this should work perfectly. Now, in order to power this thing, I just put a single lever under here, and if I flick this like so, there we go. You'll see that this becomes powered and also this becomes powered. So that will work perfectly. I think the last thing that we need to do is actually get these minecart chests in, just like so. So the back one will be for fuel, and then the top one will be for whatever we are smelting. It'll probably do us good to actually power these rails up as well. So let's line this up with the center door here. And we'll put in a block of redstone just like so. And then we should have, yes, 1 power rail at the end that is not powered. And I think this should be the entire system. I think we're done. I think. Let's give it a test run. Let me go and grab some fuel, and let me go and grab something to smelt up. And then we'll give this baby its first test. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this system a test before we start decorating it. In this top minecart chest, I have 8 stacks of cobblestone, and then in this bottom minecart chest, I have a stack of coal. So this should be the perfect amount for everything to go evenly across these furnaces. Let's just give it a flip of a switch. And this one had a rail in it, dang it. Alright, so we should have the same amount of items everywhere. We had a powered rail stuck in there. But we should be... Ooh, is this one not? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that may be a problem. Why is this one getting less? Huh. That is very weird. Why is it bouncing back sometimes before it deposits a piece of stone? 24, 9. That's weird. Okay, so after test number 1, it was a failure. Basically what we have here is 2 furnaces at the end that are still burning, and all of the other ones are off, but they still have cobblestone in them. Exactly 1 cobblestone at that in each and every one of them. And I think the problem is that the minecart was somehow bouncing back before going over this hopper. So what I did was I extended it by 1 more block, and I'm hoping that that will fix the issue. So I'm going to reset this entire system and run it again, and hopefully it will work correctly this time. I actually tested this system in a creative test world before, and it worked absolutely fine, but for whatever reason, here in this world, it's not going the best. But that's okay. We will test this thing again here in just a second. I have a whole nother 8 stacks of cobblestone, and this is the 14 that we are missing, by the way. So I have a whole nother 8 stacks, and then I have another stack of coal. So theoretically, this should work this time. Now, another thing is, something that I didn't think about is maybe this other hopper down here, this other minecart track, maybe this one will need to be extended by 1 block as well. But if that is the case, then we're going to have a problem because that is outside of this building. I mean, it's slightly outside of this building, but it is outside of the building, which is not cool, you know? I have a bit of stone here. Let's just give this a shot. Let's just do something ugly like this on the back for right now. And if this turns out to fix the issue, then we'll actually fix this thing. So let's do that. Pick that up. Where is our regular rails? This guy. So there, and then there. No, not there. Dang it! This again! Come on, man! Okay, so here we are. Test number 2. Flick the switch. Everything goes off. All of the furnaces are on. And let's go and check this last furnace. 4 and 3. 4 and 3. 4 and 3. 4 and 3. That looks like it's working. That looks like it's working perfectly. Okay, so now what I need to do is figure out how to fix the backside of this building. Because that right there is ugly. I mean, I guess I could just... Hey, that's not too bad. I mean, nobody's ever going to see the back here, you know? I may just leave that. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are gonna hate me for doing that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably just gonna leave it like that. As long as my furnace system works, I'm happy. Also, I know a lot of you guys are probably already commenting, to be honest with you. Why didn't you use the zero-tick bamboo majigger thingy that Il Mango made and that Mumbo's using and that Iskow's using and that, well, everybody's using for the most part? And that's because I don't want to use zero ticks in this world in order to farm materials. I kind of think that it's cheaty, and it's probably going to be patched anyway. And I just wanted a simple system that's always going to work. And I don't have to worry about coal ever anyway, because I have my Wither Skeleton Skull farm, which produces a ridiculous amount of coal. So, yeah, all I have to do is go over there every now and then, and I'll have more than enough coal to feed this system constantly. So, I'm not super worried about that. Let's go ahead and head inside, though. Make sure that this thing is still working properly. And if it is, we should end up with exactly 8 stacks of stone here on this row. And then absolutely no stone. Or I guess actually we should be 14 short, right? Yeah, we should be 14 short on this row. And we should have absolutely nothing left in any of these furnaces. So I'm going to keep an eye out here for just a minute. And I will bring you guys back in just a second. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly what we were supposed to get. 14 missing because of our failed attempt last time. So this worked perfectly, and we have absolutely nothing left in these furnaces. So now I think that it is time to just decorate this area a bit. And I'm going to use blast furnaces in the floor down here for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I really like the texture. I think that it's a really good looking texture for this area. And secondly, if we ever need to do some ingot smelting on large mass, like if we need to do a lot of ingot smelting, we can always come in here and use the floor area if we need to. As well as using this here. So plenty of smelting all in this area. So I am just going to cover the floor here with blast furnaces. I'm probably going to need a few more, but overall, I think this is going to look really good whenever it's done. So I'm going to just pick this up as well. And there we go. Nice. Yeah, I absolutely love this slate looking texture. I think it's so cool. Anyway, I am going to go and make some more of these guys up, and I will bring you back in just a minute. Up, door. Perfect! So normally whenever I design super smelters like this, or I guess auto smelters like this, I normally cover up all of the hoppers and things like that and really just have a panel in the wall with furnaces in it. But in this case, I'm not going to be able to do that because it's such a tight squeeze in here that if I were to add stairs upside down here to cover this up, I wouldn't be able to pass through. So what I did was I altered my normal design with kind of a cautionary design. Basically what this is supposed to look like is some type of caution line. So if you guys know what a caution line is in real life, it's basically yellow and black line that means caution, like, hey, don't put your hand here or your hand may get chopped off. So that's what I went with here, except I did it with orange and black instead of yellow and black. The reason that I did this is because, well, it's Halloween Town, so I feel like this makes a little bit more sense to have a caution line that is kind of a bit more Halloween-y. Anyway, also, I think that having glass here instead of blocks, it's going to be cool, I think. Whenever you have the chest minecarts or minecart chests going back and forth, being able to see them in the background here, I think is going to be pretty cool because it's going to look like, oh, we flipped this switch. Now we have this industrial machine running back and forth. I don't know. I really like that. I think it's going to be cool. Sure, I'm not able to cover up as much of this as I would like, but I think that this is still going to be a pretty interesting looking thing whenever it's running. So that is this floor done for the most part. I think that this is going to work. So now I added in a ladder to go up to this secondary floor. And this is going to be where I add in a concrete maker. So what I'm going to do is remove this light and just move it over to here. And we're going to start building this thing. So what I need is, I guess I'm going to need a place for water. So let's go with something a bit like this. And then over and... Yikes, I really didn't think this through, did I? Let's go one more up. So, doop and boop boop. And then here down. Will that work? I don't know that this will work. I think that I'm messing this up already. Okay, so let's do this, there, here. Fill all of this in because we don't want any mobs spawning. And then this can be a piece of wood like that. And then this needs to be a hopper with a chest. So let's do chest here with a hopper going into the back of it like so. And then we can do more stone. So stone here. There. Okay, that will work. Next, what I need is that like so, with an observer facing that block. Go ahead and break that block, and then I can do... Oof, I need more stone. This is going to be a very ratchety concrete maker, I have a feeling, but it should work. So if we do a block like that with a bit of redstone underneath it, which I currently do not have. Can I go down this ladder, please? That would be great. There we go. Minecraft being Minecraft today, I guess. Go ahead and get ourselves a bit of just regular redstone dust. Come back up here. And I'm going to throw down a piece of redstone there with a dropper here. Nope, not there. There. Perfect. So now I think all I need is water? Is that right? I think all I need is water back here. And then we can fill in... This is a nightmare. We're going to need something to hold back that water. Let's get in a piece of stone, and I made a trap door for this specific reason. There we go. Now we should be able to get our water in. Perfect. And then we'll get in a bit of stone. And this should be theoretically very close to a design that was by Cubfan, I believe. So this should be it. Let's go ahead and get another hopper on top of there. And then I basically just need a couple more chests, and we should be good. So come out here, get ourselves some wood, get ourselves some chests. And I think if I throw a couple of chests on top of here, this will be where our concrete powder will go in, and then our concrete will come out here. So let's go and grab some concrete powder and give this thing a whirl. Okay, so let's give this thing one more look over before we use it. Observer, wood, going into redstone with a dropper that I have some light gray concrete powder in now. Hopper, I think the last thing that we need to do, add a stone stair here just to make sure that the concrete actually doesn't pop out in a random direction and all ends up in that hopper or in our inventory. So I think all I need to do is place some concrete powder in my offhand and then take my pickaxe out. And then what we're going to do is place the concrete powder against this piece of wood and then hold down left trigger in order to mine it. So this should work. And as you see, our offhand is being automatically refilled with concrete powder. So this is pretty much the fastest method out there to, well, basically mine up all of this concrete. It's much faster than doing it in something like a river or something like that, or just a normal water source. This is faster. I mean, it's still relatively manual, but I don't feel like setting up TNT because I don't have a ton of gunpowder at this point. But anyway, I think this will do. Nice. Now we do have room for one last area. We have room for another floor, but I don't think that I really need it. I guess unless you guys have something that you want on this last floor up here, I guess let me know in the comment section down below, but I really don't have any ideas at the moment for it. But anyway, guys, I think that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.